Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Rob's Rig. Today, we're just going to have some random Jeep thoughts. As I'm out here, as you can see, just enjoying the Jeep, driving it around. No particular place to go. I guess this is joyriding, right? First of all, one thing I want to mention, I don't know if a lot of you are aware or not, but Jeep comes with auto stop. Of course, a lot of you are aware of that, right? That's the horrid feature where when you pull to a stop, the Jeep shuts down. Sometimes, not all the time. For instance, if you're using the air conditioning on full blast, the Jeep won't shut off. If the battery doesn't have a good enough charge, the Jeep won't shut off. But under normal circumstances, it would. But you can avoid that. There's two ways to avoid it. Number one, you can put in one of those auto stop eliminator devices. It's just this little square thing that goes in between the button that you push down there and the wiring behind, I guess, the console panel. Or when you pull up to a stop, if you stop as normal, but don't sit there with your foot pushing down hard on the brake pedal. In other words, just enough to keep the Jeep from moving at idle, the auto stop won't kick on. You'll probably get a message in your screen that says something like to activate auto stop, push the brake pedal harder, or something like that. So there is a way to, I guess, defeat it without doing anything. There is one other way, by the way. You can push the button that turns the auto stop off, if you remember to do that. I never do. I always forget. Plus, I often wonder, if you turn it off, does it somehow degrade the auxiliary battery quicker? I don't know either way. If you know the answer to that, let me know. I would be curious. Some other random thoughts driving around out here. You know, a few times, many times probably, I've talked about my dislike of the mud terrain tires that came with this Willys version. Now, there's a few reasons I don't like them. Number one, they're rough. They want to grab the road. Plus, they're hard. I don't know if they're a 10 ply. My guess is they probably are. Hell, they're probably even more. I don't know. But they're very firm on the road. You feel everything. And of course, because they are mud terrains, they want to grab everything on the road, right? Every nook and cranny, every little imperfection in the asphalt, they want to grab. They are good looking on the vehicle. I love the way they look, but horrible. They're heavy and they're bad for fuel economy. Let's look real quick, see where I'm at the moment. I think it's probably not very good. No, 14.7. It just went up a tenth as we're driving, but 14.7 miles per gallon. Now, of course, nobody, I hope, buys a Jeep Wrangler because they're looking to hypermile, to have really great fuel economy, right? But nonetheless, 14.7 miles per gallon, that's pretty horrible. Now, part of that is because of the way I drive. I mean, I'm driving mostly city, slower speeds. If I was on the freeway, I'd probably get another 2, maybe 3 miles per gallon. So let's say that my Jeep Wrangler gets like 17.7 miles per gallon. Still not great, and still not what the manufacturer states, I guess, on the sticker. But nonetheless, it is a Jeep, so yeah, you can't really expect much. Now, let's talk about the sound, because for a while now, I've had the Air Raid cold air intake on the Jeep Gladiator, and it is the best one that I've come across so far as sound goes. The way that they have the box set up, the way that the whole thing is designed, it just gives awesome sound from under the hood. Even better, I would argue, than if you put some sort of aftermarket exhaust on. And I say that because I've had 2 or 3 different aftermarket exhausts on Jeeps in the past, and I never liked any of them. They were always droney or metallic-y sounding or fart can sounding. They were just simply annoying. This is a nice throaty sound. See if you guys can hear it. Not sure how well the iPhone camera mic picks that up, but it's a nice throaty sound in the background. When you give the Jeep a little bit of gas, it kicks up a little bit. You get even a little bit more sound out of it, but it's not drony in the background. In other words, if you're on the freeway or just cruising for a distance, it's not going to drive you nuts because it's this drony, nasty sound in the background. Love that. And let me tell you, the only reason that I got this intake, honestly, for this Jeep Wrangler is for sound. They claim that it's going to give you more horsepower, more torque, but I've never noticed that out of the air raid cold air intake. What about fuel economy? Well, it's probably still a little bit early to tell for me. I mean, I've only had it on for several days, but I haven't noticed my fuel economy increasing at all. So I would not expect it to do anything for that. So for me, it's really just for aesthetics, I suppose, and the sound, which is the primary reason I got it. And it's not just me. My wife likes it too. One of the things she said she wanted shortly after we got this Jeep Wrangler, because she is the primary driver, was the air raid cold air intake. Now, I want to give a little bit of a quick review on the air raid. You know, the sound is there, that's for sure, but the quality of it, the installation of it, not so great. On the one that I had on a previous Jeep Gladiator, I actually broke the MAF sensor trying to squeeze it into the opening or the hole that air raid provides for it. It's not really a very good setup. It's too tight in my opinion. It needs to be a little bit easier to do. The fit and finish of the intake itself, the plastics, the molding, all that good stuff was really not that great. Now, let me preface both of those things by saying, obviously, not bad enough that I wouldn't get the unit or maybe even recommend it. Hear that? It's awesome because of that sound that it does give. But just beware, there are a couple negatives with that intake. Again, nothing that would, I guess, stop me from getting it, but still. Now, as far as the Jeep goes otherwise, I like to give little, I guess, health updates when I think of it. And since this is a random thoughts Jeep Wrangler video, why not? It's been fine, spot on. No issues, no radio black screens like I'm accustomed to in the past. No weird vibrations like I had in a Jeep Gladiator Mojave. Part of the reason that I traded that off, I guess, is because I never could get it to stay smooth. I had to feed it fuel injector cleaner about every 2 to 3 months. Otherwise, it would just run rough. Drove me nuts. Love it. Great vehicle so far. It is my first four-door Jeep Wrangler, and I gotta say, very happy with it. Leave a comment. Let me know. Do you have one? A four-door Jeep Wrangler? And do you like it? Any problems with it? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you haven't before, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time on the web. Bye.